classes. So I'm so happy to hear all of your reflections on yesterday's session. Like I understood that everybody has a basic idea of what are the essentiality of cyber awareness sessions. So I hope my voice is clear.
Yes, ma'am, your audio is clear.
Okay. So shall I share my... so all of you can, I hope all of you can see my presentation, right?
Ma'am, your presentation is visible. You can make it as a full screen.
Okay, sure. Just a minute.
Ma'am, on the top you have slideshow. You can click on that also on the right corner. Right corner.
Yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience. Just a minute.
Ma'am, you can go to the right corner. There is slideshow. You can click on that.
Yeah. That was
I
not
think
visible.
it all works.
Yeah.
Because it's in Drive, right? So
yeah.
Please go ahead.
So today we will discuss about three things: browser security, email security, and digital financial security. So our agenda of this session is to provide an overview of safe internet browsing, explore different types of web browsers, emphasize the significance of secure online navigation, explain the concept of email and its benefits, identify potential risks and threats associated with email, outline essential do's and don'ts for responsible email usage, need and benefits of digital financial transaction, and the last one is online banking and mode of payments. So what is web browser? Web browser is a software application which is used to access information on World Wide Web. It allows users to view web pages, download content, and interact with various online resources. So let me tell you one example. Imagine the internet is like a huge library filled with countless books, magazines, and newspapers. Now, a browser is like your library card and glass combined. It will help you get into library, that is library we referred as the internet, and read the books we referred as website. So when you want to read a website, you type its name into the web browser, just like telling the librarian which book you want. The browser then shows you the website, including all the words, pictures, and videos on it. So there are commonly used types of browsers are like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and Microsoft Edge, Apple, Safari. These are the commonly used kind of web application. So when we talk about Google Chrome, it is developed by Google, as you know, and one of the main advantages of Google Chrome is like it is speed, it's speed and its simplicity in usage. So also it has an integration with Google services. So next one is Mozilla Firefox. You might be ahead of this, Mozilla Firefox. So Mozilla Firefox is developed by Mozilla Foundation and is known for its open source nature, and also it is customizable and it's focused more on users, privacy and security. So when we talk about the privacy and security, Firefox has a strong focus on user privacy. So it offers a privacy features like enhanced privacy tracking protection system, which will block trackers. Also, it will prevent website from saving your browsing history also. I mean browsing activities, what all you are doing or whatever you are browsing, it won't save as it. So that is the specialty of Mozilla Firefox. Then the next one is Apple Safari. Apple Safari is an Apple proprietary web browser primarily used on Mac OS and iOS devices, known for its speed and seamless integrations with Apple ecosystem services. So the final one is Microsoft Edge. So the Microsoft Edge is developed by Microsoft Edge. It is a default browser in Windows 10 and the later versions. It offers features like integration with Microsoft services and a clean user interfaces. So this is all about the kind of web browser and what is the web browser. So next we are moving on to the significance of web browsing. So when we talk about the significance of web browser, just remember the word called protect. When we elaborate each alphabet in protect, the first alphabet like P is for privacy. So privacy means if you are, if you safely browse, it will prioritize your privacy, ensure that your personal information remains confidential and inaccessible to unauthorized individual. For instance, web browser like Mozilla Firefox and Google Chrome offers features like privacy mode or incognito mode. When you use this mode, your your browsing history, the cookies and site data are not saved after your session ends. It's as if you are browsing the web without leaving any trace on your device. So for example, imagine you are using a private browsing mode in your web browser to search for a gift for your best friend, birthday party or birthday surprise. Once you finish your browsing session, the browser doesn't save the website you visited or any information related to the gift, like ensuring your friend won't accidentally find out about the surprise gift by checking your browsing history. So that is all about privacy. The next one is reliable. Reliable means it ensures that website and the information you access are trustworthy and dependable. It reduces the risk of encountering scams, phishing attempts, or fake websites that aim to deceive or steal your information. For example, consider you are searching for information about a new mobile phone models. So say if you are safely browsing, that will verify that the website you visit for reviews and details about the phone is from a reliable source. So that is called reliable. The third one is online safety. So it contributes a secure online environment, protecting users from various cyber threats, malware, viruses, other malicious activities that can harm your devices or compromise sensitive information. For example, if you receive an email with a link claiming to offer a free software download. So safe browse practicing involve being cautious and not clicking on such links unless you are certain of a sender authenticity. First, you have to see the authenticity of that particular recipient. Then only you can authorize, okay, whether it is a a legitimate email or not. Because so many, if you say when we say that, like, most of our cyber attacks are starting with just a phishing emails. They can send, with the help of AI, they can send you a professional emails that might not be true or legitimate. So there'll be some link. So suppose if you click on that link without reading properly, or without watching your email carefully, what will happen is, as soon as you click on that particular link, if suppose that link is attached to the particular malware called malicious software called viruses or Trojan horses or something, or computer worms or virus, those viruses will automatically download your system. So that will automatically download system without your consent or your permission. So you won't recognize that that particular malware is being attached to your system. Then what will happen? Suppose once those kind of malwares or malicious software is download to your system, then the entire the access, the authority of your system can be hijacked by the hacker without your knowledge. So that will happen. So it will safe browse always will help you from these kind of attacks. So next is trust. When we talk about trust instills the confidence in website you visit and the information you share online. When practicing safe browsing habits, users can trust that their data remains secure, and they can rely on the authenticity and credibility of the website they interact with. For example, suppose you are shopping online for a gift. So safe browsing involves checking for the security indicates like the padlock icon. There will be a padlock icon. You might have seen that. There will be a padlock icon right corner of that domain name. So it is like or there will be HTTPS starting with that domain name. So you have to check those hints so that you can understand whether it is safe or not. If suppose HTTPS is there, means that particular website is secured. So that is all about the trust. The next one is encrypted. So that particular website is encrypted means so often it's often utilize encryption to encode your data. For example, when you log into your online bank account, the information you enter, like your passwords, username, and financial transaction is encrypted, so that if it is encrypted, all your details you are entering into will be only opened by that particular bank. Nobody can intercept in between. So that is what encrypted. So next one is cyber security. So what all things we are learning about is all about cyber security. So it's a key part of safe browsing is a key part of, or we can say that it's a fundamental of cyber security. So the last one is threat avoidance. So safe browsing help users avoid various online threats such as viruses, phishing scams, and identity theft and other malicious activities, ensuring safe online experiences. For example, we can say that recognizing and avoiding phishing emails. I just told you earlier, just avoiding phishing emails that impersonate legitimate organization is crucial for safe browsing. So maybe sometimes they may email you as if it is from IBM, or if it is from NCERT, they may say that, okay, please fill up following form, here is the link for that. So when you saw that it is from NCERT, you will without a second thought, you will just click on those links. But without maybe you won't carefully watch the email address. It might be different, but it has a name of NCERT. So whenever you get an email, you have to clearly verify that whether the, it has a spell, if there is any spelling mistake or not. So you have to clearly verify the entire name of that particular email address. So that is all about the significance of safe browsing. Next, we move on how to keep online activities private. So now we understood what is web browser and what are the different kinds of web browser and its significance. Next, we will learn about how can we, how can make it secure. So the first one is you have to remove your browsing history and cookies. So what is browsing history? So just think about your browsing history is like a list of visited places in a magical adventure book. So each time you visit in a new website, it's like discovering a new chapter in the book. So wherever you go, it will automatically record in that book. So just imagine, let's say another example. If suppose somebody follow you, and wherever you go, that particular person will note or record all your wherever you have been into, they will he will start to record everything which all places you have been. So is it good for you? No, right? They can use that particular person information for anything he want. So whenever you are searching or you are browsing something, make sure that you are not leaving any browsing history or cookies. So next is cookies. When we talk about cookies are like small notes or messages that website store on your computer or device when you visit them. These notes contain information about your visit to that particular website. Similarly, when you visit a website, it may give your web browser a cookie that contain information like your preference, login details, or what you looked at on that particular website. So everything they will get. Then when you revisit that particular website, it uses that same cookies to remember you and your preference. So it will, we can say that making your, browsing history like it can enhance your browsing experience, but at the same time, they can use the same browsing history as well as the cookies for any kind of scams also. They can steal your personal information very easily. So next is, so how to remove, browsing history. Suppose if it is in, Google Chrome, first you have to open Firefox. Then click on 3 horizontal line in the top right corner to open that menu. Then click on options. In the left sidebar, select privacy and security. Then the next step is under cookies and site data, click on clear data. Then check the box for cookies and site data. Then just click on clear. Then your all of your browsing history and cookies will be removed. So this is how to remove your cookies. So if it is in a Chrome, first you have to open the Chrome like how we did on last. Second step is like press Control plus H Windows or Command plus Y if it is Mac, or click the 3 dots if it is Chrome. Then go to history. Then click on the clear browsing data options. Then you can choose a time range and select data types to delete those. Then click on clear data and just confirm it. So these are the steps you can use to clear your browsing history and cookies. Always remember that better don't leave your browsing history and cookies, because if you whenever you are browsing, if you leave your browsing activities, what will happen is they can easily trace you or track you, so that your personal information is being traced. So better always, don't give any information. So next mode is like incognito or in private mode. So incognito or in private mode is like using this mode in Chrome, or this mode is available in Chrome as well as Mozilla Firefox. You can choose this mode. If you use this mode, it is like a mask we are wearing. So if you use this mode, when you are browsing, the web browser won't save your browsing activities if you use this particular mode. So always use this mode if you don't want to trace your browsing activities. Just like, for example, imagine if you're, if in incognito or in private mode is on. Suppose it's like a super, hero mask. When you wear that mask, nobody can recognize you, or know what you are, doing. It's your, way of personal things. Nobody can recognize you. Same way, if you use those modes, it's very difficult to trace your browsing activity. So always use those, incognito or in private mode when you are browsing. So these are the two, methods which you can secure your browsing activities. So next is how to identify fake website. So what is fake website, first of all? So fake website is, fake website or phishing website. We can call it as a phishing website. So fake or phishing website is like, sometimes you might have heard about this, like, when you enter into a particular website, that particular website might not be legitimate. That might be a fake website. But how do we recognize that particular website is fake or real? That is actually a, it's a hard question for everyone, because sometimes if it is a farming attack, it is very difficult for us to recognize whether it is a, fake or, real, because even if you type a correct URL name or a domain name, it will redirect us to a fake website if it is affected by the, this kind of attacks. So whenever you are visiting some kind of website, what you have to do is you can check whether the padlock icon is closed, or you can check, HTTP S is there or not. If I said, like earlier, I told you that if suppose the HTTPS is there, that particular website is, encrypted, so that it is, the content or information which is available on that particular website more dependable and trustworthy. So that is what you have to do. If you see that fake website is like HTTP / there is no S in that. So http/www.fakewebsite.com. If you see the real website, there is https/www. Real website is, this is the real website. So next we move on to what is URI. So URI stands for Uniform Resource Identifier. So it is a string of, characters used to identify a resource on the internet or a specific namespace. So URI has two subsets. The one is URL and the URN. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. It is a subset of, as I said, it is a subset of URI and is most common type of URI. A URL identifies the location of that resources and specify how to access it. It includes a protocol used such as HTTP or HTTPS, the domain name or IP addresses, and the specific path to that resources. So this is all about URL. Next is, okay, before that, let me give you one more example. just URL is like https:/www.example.com/index.html. So HTTPS is the protocol here. The domain name is like www.example.com. So the path would be index.html. So next is URN. URN means Uniform Resource Name. It's like a unique name or ID for something on it. So let me tell you one example. Suppose suppose you are sending a gift to your friends. So how do you or else you can imagine that you are sending a letter to your friends. So how will you send that letter? So that particular letter will be having a address, a full general address. So we can consider that address, our general address, as a URI, Uniform Resource Identifier. So address on that envelope tells the postal service where to deliver your letter, right? It's a general term that includes both URL and URLs. But when we talk about URL, Uniform Resource Locator, the full address that include specific details like street name, house number, city, and postal code. So it tells the postal service exactly where to find your friend house, so they can deliver it later. But when we talk about URN, URN means Uniform Resource Name. So Uniform Resource Name is more like a unique name for your friend that doesn't change no matter where they live. It doesn't tell the post service how to find your friend, but it's a uniquely identify. It can uniquely identifies them. So that is what, for example, UI means address on the envelope. URN is like something, a phrase like best friend forever. There will be something, phrases we will be writing on that particular letter. That will be URN. And URL, the locator will be like, if we say like, 1, 2, 3, or, if it is my location, like Devlashiri Mukh, or, Delhi, so and so number. This is exactly the locator of that particular address. So that will be the URL. So I hope everybody understood this fact. So next is plugins and extensions. So plugins and extensions are like, extensions are designed to enhance your browsing experiences. It will add extra features or functionality to your browser. For example, everybody might have been using the most popular extensions like Grammarly or LastPass is exclusively for saving your passwords. You know that password should be at least 12 character with symbols and letters, capital or lowercase should be there to make them strong. So when you are creating a strong password, it is very difficult for you to remember all the 12 characters password. So that you can use this extension as your web browser. So that what will happen is, if you use this extension, you can save all your password online. It will be safe and secure. And when we talk about the extension, it has some advantage. I'm agreeing on that. But when we talk about in other part of the extension, if you are not careful about your extensions and plugins, what will happen is the as you know, it is it is controlled by a third party, so that third party can easily trace your data. They will get all your login credentials. They may get all your other personal information. So always be careful when you are selecting your extensions and plugins. Moreover, you have to maximum try to choose web browser offered extension rather than selecting other third-party extensions and plugins. So next is emails. Emails, you know that it will make us to, send or receive any type of, messages, any piece of data we can send or receive. So it is a, like we used to send letters through postal or something like that. But if it is in digital, that is called, I know that everybody knew this, but I'm just telling, it's like if it is in digital, that is called email. So what is the threat involved in email then? So I told you that most, according to the study, 90% of the, 90% of the cybercrime starts with just phishing emails. Can you excuse me for 1 minute? Okay. So when we talk about the threat, what are the cyber crime which is happening based on emails? So according to the study, 90% of cyber crimes happen just with the phishing attacks. Phishing might be through email, message, or like calls. So that will be that will be taken in different session. I am not going deep into this, but I'm just sharing the rough idea of what is phishing, email phishing, email based phishing. So like I said earlier, they can send you fake emails as if it is from a legitimate source. So suppose if you don't check the authenticity of that particular email, what will happen is, if that email contain any attachment, as soon as you click on that particular link, if that particular link has connected to some malicious softwares like Trojan or computer worms or computer viruses or any keylogger, it will automatically download to your system. Then what will happen? Then the entire control of your system will be hijacked by that hacker. Then it is very difficult for us to even recognize also. So always be mindful when you are getting particular email, or even when you are sending an email, you have to be mindful. You have to check the authenticity of the receiver and also the authenticity of the sender. Both you have to verify clearly. And also, usually earlier we can check the phrases or the spelling mistakes, but nowadays with the help of AI, they can even write a professional messages also. So it is very difficult to identify with the grammatical mistakes or any kind of other spelling mistake will not be there, because AI would be making, or AI would be creating that particular content. So what we can do is we can check the that particular email sender details. So you might heard that email filter. Email filter is like a gatekeeper. It will sort all your data or emails into different categories like promotions, social media, or other kinds of ads. You can see the left corner of this email box, different categories like social, updates, forums, promotions. So all the emails pertaining to that category will automatically go to that folder. So it will filter according to your content. So that is email filter. Always better to use email filters. Then what are the risks involved in emails? The first, as I said, first one is phishing or spear phishing. The second one is malware-based attacks, spam emails, identity theft. So it will be covered in section 9 in detail. But let me tell you, even some of the legitimate email may go to spam emails. You might be noticing that, right? So why it happened? Because some emails contain, like, uh, sometimes we used to email in bulk, so that time it may go to junk, but spam. But what we have to say is, if suppose if there is any particular link attached, or if suppose if they are asking for to fill any form, is suppose if are they, you have to check, are they trying to create some urgency? If any of these three criteria is there, what you have to do is you have to be suspicious about that particular email. You have to clearly check the sender details, and also you have to clearly check whether am I eligible to get this email, because nowadays most of the so many students are getting email as if it is from their schools itself, and it's like they are like they are getting some scholarship or something, but the school might not be aware of this. So you have to tell your students that we won't send email like that. If you are suspicious about that particular email, first you have to call us and clarify before endorsing that kind of form or links. So next is threat of fake emails. So what are the threats of fake emails? The first one is lottery emails. What is lottery emails? There are so many scams are happening based on lottery emails. Like they will send you as if it is from any government, that saying that okay, you want a worth rupees 1 so rupees. For getting this, you have to give your information. You have to click for more details, please click on below link, like that they may mention. So recently I heard a story that an old man received an email containing that he won, like he mentioned in that email that he won a lottery worth rupees 2 crore or something. So as soon as he saw that mail, uh, he just click on the form they provided with that email. So when he click on that particular link, they asked for their personal details like username and other kind of information like passwords. So what happened is, as soon as he click on that attachment, that attachment was now attached with some kind of malicious programs. It is being directly downloaded to that system. Plus they asked for some 35 lakhs rupees for getting this prize. The thing is, eventually he paid that 35 lakhs rupees for getting this 2 crore rupees. See, and the thing is, he didn't reveal this to anybody. So what happened is, he was waiting that 2 crore for long period. He didn't get. When he didn't get that entire amount, what he did was, he asked somebody for the help. That time only he recognized that it was a scam. So we always have to be mindful when you are getting these kind of emails. The second one is job offers. Nowadays so many students are getting job offers as if it is from IBM or other multinational companies. First of all, we have to make understand our students that when you are getting particular email, are we really eligible to get those email? We have to think logically first rather than just jumping on to action. Just we have to make them like that, because suddenly when they are getting, okay, they may add in that email that okay, if you join our if you accept our offer, you will be getting 30,000 per month or 40,000 per month. They will offer a good package, and they will try to deceive the maximum, and also they will try to create some urgency. It will close soon, so better you we are expecting a quick response. They will add those phrases. So as soon as they see this message, they will, follow whatever they are telling. So what we have to do is, with the help of AI, they can create any kind of email they want. So what we can do is just think about, just pause, then think, then act. These three things we have to teach our students. Just pause, then think, then act, rather than just directly jumping on to action. First of all, pause, I meant like they will try to create some urgency. So first of all, just pause and think, whether am I eligible for this? Will I apply for this? Or no, am I apply for this job or not, right? Then why do I need to reply to this email? So like that, logically we have to think, then only we can defend these kind of emails or this kind of scam. I'm agreeing that there are a lot of cyber security tools are available to defend those things, but it is, it is like technical. It is, there will be so many technical jargons will be there, so it is very difficult for them to understand. So what we can do is make them understanding. Please just think logically. That is what we can make them understand first. So the second is bank emails. Like I said, they will send you as if it is from a bank, like HDFC Bank or ICICI Bank. So whenever you are getting those emails, as I said, you have to check the authenticity of that particular email address, and the content. If suppose are they trying to create some urgency or not, these are the some area we have to check. Then next is account suspension. Sometimes they, they may try to, tell you that your account has been hacked. So for getting, we have to stop it. So for that, you need your username and password. Please send it as soon as, like that they may send you emails. So whenever, whatever it may, like I said, whatever it may, the content, first of all, you have to think. That is the only thing we can do with this. If you don't click on that particular, link, or if you don't open that particular form, nothing is going to happen. They can't do anything. But don't, some people have the wrong notion that, so nothing is going to happen if just a click. So many, because when I used to take session for students, they may ask me, ma'am, what will happen if I'm just clicking the link, right? Nothing is happening, right? This might be their questions. But no, we have to make them understand that by just one click, our entire system might be affected. That system might be, not might be them, it might be their parents. Okay, so we have to make them understand that, okay, by that just one click, the entire system might be affected. So you have to be mindful, you have to be careful. So this is all about the fake email. So how to identify fake emails? I already told you that. First, look at the sender email address, and then watch out for urgent language. They will force indirectly for a wrong click. And check for the typos. It is, there will be no typos nowadays. There will be some spelling mistake and grammatical mistake, which is very, nowadays with the, sophisticated technology, they can create any kind of content. So the fourth one is, you can hover over the links to reveal misleading URL or hyperlink. If you hover over that particular link, it will show you which is the path, so that you will understand, okay, where it is located to, so that you can make sure that. So the fifth one is, don't trust unsophisticated attachment. Like I said, if you have an attachment, or if you have any Google form or link, you have to think, twice or thrice, even if it is from, NCERT, or or any well-known organization, or anything. Maybe they can pretend you like anything. They may send you as if it is from NCERT, because you are nowadays you are dealing with NCERT, so they can simply send you as if it is NCERT. So it is really the probability of being a victim is more, so that they will use that kind of path to you. So always be mindful. So this is one example for in a fake email. Here you can see the sender. So just see the Amazon. When you see Amazon management at amazonindia.in, there is an alphabet is missing here. A is missing here. This is not Amazon. This is amazonindia.in. From Amazon. By the sender, by carefully on the sender, you can see that there is some typo error in the user, that particular source of email. The next one is they use here as generic, they don't know your name, right? So they might be send it as a spear email. So they will send you, it is not a targeted email. As it is not a targeted email, they might be sending to a millions of victims. So whoever is clicking on that particular will become the victim, like that they are sending. So in that particular email, they won't address your name. Instead, they will address as it is, or dear customer, like that they will address. Then here there is an attachment. See, HTTPS is there, but when you hover over that particular link, it will show like HTTP/redirect to something else. See, I hope everybody is seeing that particular link. When you hover over this, it will show you the correct path of that particular link. So it is not start with HTTPS, but in that attached, they write it as HTTPS is there. So this is how they are trying to deceive you. So whenever you are getting this kind of Google form or link, just be mindful and careful. Okay. So the next one is another example is like it is as they send it access from Apple ID, web pass, something so and so. This is an invalid email address. You can clearly understand that. And there is an attachment, and there is a incorrect spelling, poor grammar. But see, if you nowadays there will be no grammatical mistakes, or there will be no they will be using the correct phrases, they will be using the correct grammar, because they have the help of AI. So don't when you see the email content, it is as if maybe you will think that okay, it is they mention or they provide the content as it is a professional sender, but it may not be the professionals. They might be a hacker. So always be mindful when you're getting a particular email. You have to clearly check the source of that particular sender. So what are the do's and don'ts? So first, do verify independently. Then do use strong, unique passwords. Enable two-factor authentication. What is two-factor authentication will be discussed in another session. And always think before you click. Don't click if you are suspicious about any attachment or any link. And keep your software updated. And what are the don'ts then? Don't share your personal information. Don't trust everything. Always avoid public Wi-Fi, because it is easy to hack your networks through public Wi-Fi. and don't click on suspicious links. So these are the some do's and don'ts you can always remember. So next one is need and benefit of digital financial transactions.
Nina ma'am?
Yeah.
Before we get into that, if there are questions, can we take 2 to 3 questions so that then we will proceed?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Sure.
Till now, if there is any questions, because
yeah, sure.
Yeah. If there is any question, can we get your questions on the chat box? We are not going to allow you to open your mic and speak now, but kindly give your questions in the chat box. We can take up 2 to 3 questions and then we will move on forward. What is deep fake? And there is a question, what is deep fake?
Yeah. Deep fake means, as I said earlier, there will be so many different kinds of cyber scams are there. It is like, deep fake is also one kind of cyber scam. So it is targeting our, it might be, through, they can use any of this kind of, they can target you through emails or message, or even it is, it's mode of the crime would be different for according to the scammers. So the next question is, ma'am.
Ma'am, the question next is like, can you just explain once again about the spam mails?
Spam emails. Yeah. Spam emails, like, in every email, there will be, as I said, email filter will be there. So what is email filter means, as I said, when you receive a particular email, based on that content, the emails, that particular emails will be going to different categories of folders. There will be social media folder. There will be promotion. If it is if that particular email is based on promotion, then it will be going to the promotion folder. Suppose if that particular email some they suppose if they find any suspicious or fishy on that particular email, based on the content or based on the attachment, based on the email sender, then that particular email will directly go to the spam emails. So that you have to, whenever you are clicking that email, you have to be careful. They are just giving a notification that this email is, according to their criteria, this particular email is email contains something suspicious. So you have to be mindful. So that is what spam email, because sometimes nowadays, most of all the emails will not be spam. Some emails, if suppose that particular organization is sending bulk emails, then it will directly go to spam. It might not be a fake email. So you have to be mindful. You have to check the sender authenticity. Then only you can identify. But always better ask the sender to save your Gmail account details, so that it won't go to the spam if it is legitimate email.
Ma'am, we can continue. There are many more questions that has come up. Because for the participants, actually, there will be a lot of questions for you coming up. Please write all your questions, because even if you are not able to answer within this particular session, we will be preparing answers for all the questions by end of the session, and we will be sharing with all of you. Okay, so please kindly write, like whatever questions you have, you can keep putting. We may take few questions for discussion, but for all other questions, there is one of our team member who is recording all these questions, so that experts will give you the answers, which we will be consolidating and sharing at the end of the program. Okay, ma'am, you can continue the session.
Okay. So next we will start with need and benefits of digital transaction. You know that with just a single click, you can effortlessly settle your bills without you don't need to visit the bank. Earlier, as you know, for every financial transaction we have to visit the bank. It is, it was actually an effort for us also. But nowadays, whatever bill we have to pay or receive, we can make it through just a click. So what is online banking then? So online banking makes it convenient to manage your money from anywhere with an internet connection. If you have a strong internet connection, you can, pay them, or, you can receive the payment. So it will make convenient and more speedy transactions. So when, that nowadays everything is in digital. So when everything is digital, earlier we can say that earlier the crime was like snatching a purse or something like that. It's a physical scam. We can defend it. But when it digitally evolved, they have sophisticated technology to deceive people. So every day, if we say every day, the crime is getting evolving. We can't even imagine how how the way they are going to attack us. Even I can't predict how they are going to attack you tomorrow. I can share all the experiences, experience of some victims, that only I can do. But what is going to happen tomorrow is, it's a question mark. So like I said, to be honest, the scammers or hackers, investing their time and huge money for uh, creating these kind of cyber scams. So what we can do is, we can make us knowledgeable. We have to know, we have to think logically. These are the certain points we can just think about. So what are the threats involved in online banking? Like I said earlier, it was just snatching a purse. Now everything is moved to digital. So the Forbes also moved to digitally. They also move. So they have so many techniques they can use. Like the first threat involved in credit card is like unauthorized transaction. The fraudsters may obtain they can somehow they will obtain your card details, like your username or your password. Somehow they will try to get your username and password. Then with that personal information or credential information, they can access your credit card and they can withdraw your money simply. So next is identity theft. This is happening nowadays. Like they can stolen your, like I said, they can stolen your personal information. And what they will do is, recently, I will tell you one example. Recently, one of the famous actor Shilpa Shetty's got a email from SEBI, like with somebody stolen her PAN card and Aadhaar card from online, and with that document they took some credit card and they used it. And it with the help of investigation, the SEBI finally founded the criminal and everyone behind that story. So when you're thinking about this, you have to be careful about all your details, like PAN card and Aadhaar card, identity card. I know that we all have to upload our personal details sometimes, but when you are using this kind of if it is Aadhaar card, you can use your masked Aadhaar instead the real Aadhaar. Masked Aadhaar means only the last 4 number will be visible, so that they can't use it for opening a credit card or opening a bank account. So always use a masked Aadhaar and you can also lock your PAN card also. So these are the way you can, defend these kind of crimes. So phishing scam, I already explained it. Phishing scam means, they can trap you through different email or messages, or they may be, they might be calling you as if it is from bank, or even if it is from, they can call you as if it is Angel ma'am is calling. Her voice can be cloned. So this all can be happen. So you have to be, careful when you are getting this kind of call. So what you have to do is, when you are getting a WhatsApp call, you have to cut that call and you have to call them directly instead of answering to the WhatsApp call. Okay. So the next is threat involved in debit card. So what are the threat involved in debit cards? Debit card, they can clone your debit card. How they can clone your debit card? Sometimes we used to give our, when we go to restaurants, sometimes they may provide you, ATM machine. They will provide the machine. You will give your card directly and they will swipe it, right? So when they swipe it, suppose if skimmer device is attached to that particular machine, what will happen is, as soon as swiping that debit card, all your details like that chip details will be automatically recorded to that skimming devices. With that details, the scammers can take the cloned debit card of your original one and withdraw the money. So whenever you are giving your debit card to swipe anyone, you have to be, mindful. That is, the card cloning and debit card skimming is both same. So nowadays we used to give it as, okay, this is a waiter, right? But this waiter might be, coordinating with other scammers. What the waiter will do is, they will collect all the details. Through this, they will just, fix the skimmer devices with this machine, and they will collect, they don't need to send this information. Once this skimmer devices has been placed in the machine, all these personal information automatically go to that hacker system. So always be mindful when you are giving your debit card to anyone for swiping. So also check that particular machine has not any skimmer device. So the next one is threats involved in ATM security. Like I said, in ATMs also this is happening. If suppose if that particular ATM, if the scammer attached any skimmer device, whenever you insert your card, all your details will be automatically read and record. Then it will send, that particular skimmer device will send to the scammer, so that with that details, that particular scammer can take the cloned card of your original debit card. Then they can withdraw easily. So that is the one kind of attacks which is happening based on ATM. Then second one, card trapping. This kind of attack is often happening nowadays. Like, when you insert your card, as soon as you insert your card, it will automatically, getting trapped into the machine. Then it is not possible for you to take back your card. So what will happen is some of the customer will leave their card and go. At that time, the scammers will come and take your card and use your card. Then they will lift that card and go. So this is what happening nowadays. So don't leave your card like that. You can call bank customer care and ask for the help instead of just leaving your card as such. Then next one is ATM phishing. ATM phishing means nowadays, most of the, it will take time and it will take, they have to do some hard work for this kind of crime, because, they have to build a ATM machine for you. That entire machine will be, scammer. So when you are inserting, your card into that particular ATM machine, all of your information will be recorded and they can use your card further. So these are the some threats involved in ATM based, So how to safeguard your online banking? The first is, I will tell you some do's. You have to use strong passwords. As I told you earlier, creating a strong password with 12 character is, it is very difficult for us to remember, especially if it is, we might have different accounts. So creating a strong password for every account and remembering all these accounts in our mind would be sometimes it's difficult for us. So as I told you, you can use that extension like LastPass. If you use LastPass, what you can do is, with the help of LastPass, you can record all your passwords in that, so that it is easy to remember with the help of that extensions. So next, two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication is like a security wall. It's a two-layer security wall. I know that some of you might be turned on your two-factor authentications, but most of the students or sometimes teachers also might be asking how to do this. But I hope this will be taken in some other section, but I will give you a rough idea. You know that how to keep our home safely, right? For our home, there will be one outer layer like walls with gate, and inside the home there will be one, just excuse me, let me charge my laptop. Okay, I'm sorry. So like when you are talking about your home, you will be having a outer wall, and there will be front door and back door. Then inside, especially when you are keeping all your valuables, you will be keeping in a locker, right? So there will be a locker. Then there will be that locker will be, you are keeping it in your bedroom. For bedroom there will be another door. So just think, if particular for what wants to take your valuables, he has to break all these layers of security. First he has to break the wall, then he has to break the front door or the back door, then he has to break the bedroom door, finally the wardrobe and the locker. So these are the security levels we are providing. Still the crime is happening, but these are the security we are providing in our home. Likewise, we can set up the same security levels in our cyberspace also. So that is what multi-factor authentication is. If somebody tried to crack your password, then that particular system will notify you that, okay, this has been, somebody has to try to open your account. Is that you? They will try to ask you, so that you will get a notification that, okay, somebody tries to crack my password. If you click on no, then the system will stop that hacker from cracking your entire account. So this way you can stop hacking your account. So the third one is use secure devices. When you are using, always use secure devices, secure Wi-Fi, and verify website, and regularly monitor your accounts, and keep personal information always private. What are the don'ts then? Don't share your login credential. So first of all, what you have to understand is your login credential is for you, not for others. Nobody none of the government officials or banks will never ask you for your personal information. That first you have to feed in your mind. We have to make understand our students also. Nobody, I always mention in my classes that always feed this statement in your mind that nobody will ask your personal information. If somebody asks your personal information, that means something is fishy on that. You have to be suspicious. Suppose if you're, somebody is calling you and asking for your personal information, as if it is your friend, what you have to do is you just cut the call. You can call them directly. If it is a WhatsApp message, you can call them directly and ask and verify. If it is from bank, you can call bank official and verify directly. So these are the things you have to do instead of just giving your personal information. Then beware of phishing. Like I said, don't click on suspicious link. Don't store password in your book or your system, something other than this kind of LastPass or something. Avoid weak passwords. Don't leave your devices unattended. We have a tendency to leave our system as like without logged off or without switched off. What will happen? The third party simply can enter your system. It might be your friend or someone, but we don't know what is going to happen next. They can use your personal information anyway. So next is mode of payments. So there are different modes of payments. The first one is UPI. I know that most of you might be using this UPI, Unified Payment Interface. UPI is a real-time payment system in India that allows people to transfer money between bank accounts using their smartphones. So it enables instant fund transfers between two banks' accounts on a mobile platforms without the need for providing bank details. Also, users can make payments, check balances, and conduct other banking transactions through UPI apps like their bank accounts. So UPI payments are initiated by selecting the recipient UPI ID or scanning a QR code. You know that most of might be have an experience of scanning the QR code and making the payment. So that is called UPI. Then e-wallets. E-wallets are a digital version of traditional wallets. So that store payment information digitally rather than liquid. So that might be you can use it through mobile device or your other online platforms. Users can load money into the e-wallet and use it for various transactions, including payment for the goods. Most of us are nowadays using online payments for our online shopping or any other kind of there are other kind of e-payments like KCB bills. We can make a payment through online. So most of us are using e-payment nowadays. So we can use e-wallets for that. So next is QR code. Next is QR code based transactions. So QR code based transactions are it's a method of making payment by scanning QR code generated by the merchant. So it is generated by that particular merchant. Then you need to scan that particular, then it will directly connected to UPI or your e-wallet. Then it is more easily to make payment. You don't need to enter, sometimes you don't need to enter your amount also. It will automatically come. So that is QR based transactions. So what are the online payment scams then? So there are so many scams happening based on QR code, e-wallet, UPI. The first one is creation of they will create a fake QR code. If you go to the most second selling app was like, which one was that? Anybody have answer on that? Hello, you
Yes,
have any?
ma'am.
Yeah. So the most nowadays, some in especially in e-commerce sites or any other second product selling sites, what they will do is they will post a best picture of that particular product, and that if you try to buy that product might be you can pay it through your using QR code, but that particular QR code might be fake. So suppose when you try to receive that payment, what will happen is your amount will be debited, so you won't notice that. So it will happen very often nowadays. So next is distribution. So nowadays scammers used to send so many QR code. It is not only based on payment, but also they can steal your personal information just clicking on this QR code. They can steal all your information from your system. In recently the WhatsApp based QR code scams are happened. Like so many people got a QR code, and when they just scan those QR code, what happened is all your informations stealed, and it is easy to get your informations like that. So that is QR based scams. The other type of QR based scammers, like victims scans the QR. As I said, the victim, when you scan that particular QR code, that particular QR code is might be connected to that scammer, so that all information on your system will be automatically go to the scammer. So that as I said, always be mindful when you are clicking or when you are scanning this kind of QR code, then the redirection to the fake website. So as soon as you scan your QR code, it will automatically go to or lead you to the fake site. So it is very difficult for you to understand whether it is a fake or real website. So the last one is data theft or fraudulent transaction. As I already told you, with the help of this, they can do whatever they want. So when you are scanning particular QR code, you have to know what is happening behind that. Is it relevant to your payment? So you have to check all these things. Next is e-wallet based scams. So the first one is impersonation of legitimate service. So scammers they will create a fake website. So like I said before, if it is a farming attack, even if you type a correct domain name, it will redirect to a fake site. So it is very difficult for, at that case, it is very difficult for you to understand whether it is fake or real. So suppose if you are redirected to a fake site, what will happen is when you make a payment, all your username and password will be saved and stealed, and they can use it for the further transactions or the further scams. So always you have to be mindful when you are making an online payment. Second is phishing attacks. Phishing, I told you 90% of the attacks nowadays happening just with the phishing. So you have to know what are the different types of phishing in details. I hope it will be taken in different session. So there are different types of phishing: spear phishing, clone phishing, wishing, smishing, typo spotting, so many phishing type. So there are so many types of phishing attacks. So you have to be aware of all these things. Next is fake customer support. What is fake customer support? Suppose when we try to contact our customer support, first we will search for the contact number. So when we see the first web browser, okay, when we see the first web page, we will contact the number which is shown in that website without without clearly watching those numbers. So what will happen if you call that number? It might be a fake number, so you will be end up in a scam without your awareness. They will lead you a different story. So always when you are calling, when you try to call any customer related queries, always you have to check the number, always you have to check the website, and always you have to see the reviews and everything you have to see. Then only you have to call that customer support. Nowadays I think every account they will mention, for example, if it is a e-commerce site, if you see the contact details, there will be their customer support number, so you don't need to search for the number. So next is payment request. Scammers sometimes trick victims into sending money or cryptocurrency to a fraudulent email, e-wallet addresses under the use of receiving a large sum in return. Like they will send you a payment request, but when you accept that request, what happen is sometimes your money will be debited, so instead of them. So you have to be mindful when you are getting this kind of payment request. You have to check whether it is related to my payment or not, and you have to check the authenticity of that particular payment request. So these are some examples of online banking scams. So next is malicious links and download. Like I said, they can send you some malicious links, or when you try to, or else when you try to download something from a fake site, what will happen is victims exposed to this kind of scam simply because if particular website or link has been attached to any malicious program, it will automatically download to your system. Then they can do whatever they can because the commanding power will be in their court now. So the second one is data theft and unauthorized transaction. So once scammers obtain access to the victim e-wallet, once they get the access to the e-wallet, what will happen? They can do whatever they want. They can they can withdraw the money whatever they want, but at that time what you can do, it always set the limitation of your always I used to tell that you have to set limit. Otherwise if you don't set the limit in your online banking, what will happen is they can withdraw as much as money possible. So always set a limit per day. That will be ideal for this kind of things to defend. So UPI based scams. The first one is these are all all these type of attacks are somewhat similar. Fraudulent request. Like I said earlier, they may send you some requests. There may be some maybe they will call you through phones or text message or in email, and ask if it is from bank or other customer service representative, or they may tell you that your friend is in need, and they will try to create some urgency to respond to that particular communications. So whenever you are getting that kind of email or whatever it is, what you have to do is, like I said, always be mindful. Pause there, then you think, why do I need to share my personal details? Then you act instead. Okay, you can say them that, okay, I will call you later, I want to verify this, or may I call you after some point of time? This would be your response instead of sharing all your information directly. So the next one is deceptive stories. Like I said, the same one. They will convince you through the stories such as pending refunds, prize winnings. They may send you, they may tell you that okay, you won this much of price rupees, like that. They may send you email, or else they may call you and tell you something else. They will try to maximum, they will try to convince you, and they will try to get your all your information. So as I said, always be, don't share your personal information to anybody. Then seeking UPI PIN. Then the security of digital payments. So how can make our online or digital
Neha
payments
ma'am,
more
as
secure?
we are also running short of time, I would like request
Yeah,
you
sure,
to
sure, sure.
be little.
Yeah. So how can you make your digital payments more secure? The first one, as I said, use strong password and unique password, and enable two-factor authentication, and update software and apps, and shop from secure websites, and check bank statement regularly. You can do these habits every day. So use official payments app, educate yourself, and monitor your accounts every day or at least in a month, and verify the contacts. And secure device, you can, as I said, you can secure device by you keeping a strong passwords and biometric authentications like your fingerprints or face, or like that. You can lock your devices safely, and don't share your personal information. As I said, always I tell my audience that don't share your credentials like username and password to anyone. It is only for you, not for others to share. So so next is beware of phishing attempts, and don't use public Wi-Fi, and avoid untrusted links. Don't use weak passwords. Don't save payment information on public devices. Don't share personal information over the phone. So this is all about. I hope I covered everything almost.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, Neena ma'am, for enlightening the participants, which is also a very crucial area to think about. I could see in the chat box that more than anything, there is n number of questions everyone has. So it is a good sign that we are interested to understand. So we, as I have informed at the starting, since due to the lack of time, we cannot take up all the questions for now. So we have already consolidated all the questions that has come up. So we will be preparing the responses, and relevant informations will be made, and there will be a document shared at the end of the program. For all your information, already CIT has also conducted 5 hours training only on financial safety, because most of the questions which you have asked here is already addressed during that 5-hour session. So I'm posting the link of that web page in the chat box. So here usually we conduct every first week of the month, we conduct 5 hours training on one area, because this 1 hour, 1.5 hours is not sufficient for us to inform everything. So every month, first week is training on cyber safety, which is online, which you can participate. You can get certified also. So one of the month earlier, we have conducted the sessions on financial safety. Right now, you may not get certificate for it, but you can just watch this session for you to get more information on it. Okay. So we will be sending such a consolidated list of training materials that is available for you to watch also. So that it's a daily, you can watch one video at a time, so that you learn about one thing. Because even phishing, if you have to take, it's a complete 1.5 hour session. It's not sufficient for us to tell, like just by name, you may not understand. If we explain this is a definition, it is of no use for you. You should know like what are the ways you may get affected, what is the precaution you should take, what is the thing, if you have been affected, what is the next step you need to take. So this 3 days, it's just an initiation, and like you will be getting much more video resources for you to watch, to know about each and everything in detail. Okay. Thank you, Neena ma'am, for your time and support during this session. So before we go to the next session, let's have a break. We will be it's like 11:23. The attendance sheet will be posted right now. Himanshi, you can post it. But during the break, complete the attendance for this session. And it will be like 11:23 now. We will be back sharp at after 15 minutes. Okay. So that we will be ready for the next session. Report, the report has to be submitted for day 1 and 2 by tomorrow. Himanshi, kindly post the attendance. So once the attendance is posted, we will calculate 10 minutes time from that. And we will be meeting back for the session at 11:40. Okay. So it's now 11:24. We will be meeting. So attendance link is already posted. So it will be, the attendance link will be closed by 11:35. And please join back. So I request not to message. So kindly please, attendance sheet is put on the screen. So kindly in the chat box, please go ahead. अभी मैसेज लिखा था, आज का मीटिंग है मुझे, आज भी सेशन भी है. Sorry.